active participation and engagement during the session. My name is Jamie Espino. I'm the head of the European and Innovation Project at Cluster Digital of Catalonia. And I welcome you to today's session on exploring business opportunities in the Colombian market. Before we dive into today's agenda, I would like to give you a brief overview and introduction of Cluster Digital organization. Cluster Digital is a leading association that brings together companies and institutions from the digital sector in Catalonia. Our mission is to foster innovation, collaboration, and internationalization among core members, and we are based in Barcelona. So for today's agenda, if you can go to the next slide, Isabel, please. So for today, we have the following agenda. So we will start with an overview of the Epicenter program. Epicenter, which is coordinated by Cluster Digital, plays an important role in facilitating international business growth and providing resources, support, and strategic guidance, as you will see now during the presentation. Next, we will delve into our upcoming exploratory mission to Colombia. This part here will cover our objectives and provide a detailed itinerary for the mission. We will highlight the key opportunities we aim to explore. And following that, we will have an in-depth presentation on understanding the Colombian market. We have Mr. Xavier Roca Lacasa, who is our Executive Director at Catalunya Trade and Investment for Colombia and Ecuador, as our invited speaker. Xavier will share his experience and perspectives, and he will offer some advice for anyone that is looking to enter to the Colombian market. So without further ado, I'll give the floor to my colleague Isabel, who will be leading this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for welcoming the session. I will ask your support. I will not be able to see the Zoom, so if anyone raises their hand or you have to let anyone in the meeting, please. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everyone again. My name is Isabel. I'm a project manager at Cluster Digital. I'm also coordinating the Epicenter project. And it's very nice to have you all here. As my colleague Jamie just mentioned, I will provide an overview of the Epicenter project, discussing its benefits and explaining our plans for these internationalization missions. After this, I will hand the floor to Xavier Roca, who will offer insights into the Colombian market and share some expert opinions. Okay, so starting with what Epicenter is. Epicenter is a project funded by the Single Market Program through the joint cluster initiative called Eurocluster from the European Commission. This is an acceleration program that aims to create new cross-sectoral value chains from the sectors digital, fintech, health, and agri-food. It also aims to deliver a robust combination of support instruments and tools for scaling up innovation and demonstrating innovative applications developed by our participating SMEs. And it also aims to select and engage 50 innovative concepts from these SMEs with high market growth potential in collaboration with 25 corporates. So a key value of this project, of the project Epicenter, is the involvement of both SMEs and corporates. What we did at the beginning of the project was to study the challenges of these corporates. Then Epicenter opened calls for the SME to present solutions for this. And by the end of the project, we aim to have SMEs sign contracts with these corporates to establish collaborations. I wanted to point out that we are 3 partners in these projects. Cluster Digital is coordinating, but we have the support and the involvement of Campania Bioscience, which is also present in this call, from Italy, and Litmea from Lithuania, which is also very involved in the internationalization actions in this project. So how do SMEs benefit from the Epicenter project? First, by the financial support that it offers, up to 49,250 per project across the three phases can be offered to one SME. They also benefit from the training and mentorships offered during the whole program, by the networking opportunities with corporates and other industry stakeholders, including pitching events. They benefit from the market access and exposures, the opportunities that we give them to present projects in different events to investors and the participating corporates. Also, the support that is offered to SMEs, refining technical solutions and preparing for market readiness together with these mentor experts that we have in the program. And last, they can benefit from these internationalization opportunities where we look to expand horizons with tailored support and access to international markets for these SMEs. So as we said, the project is defined as an acceleration program. And how does it work? There is an innovation funnel designed as an open competition structured in three phases, and two calls are launched. The three phase, which is the launch phase, aims to define a value proposition and create a video pitch for corporates from each project. A total of 25 projects are involved in each of the calls in this phase, and the financial support is for 850 euros for the academy and 1,400 for the acceleration program for each of the projects. Then moving to the sustain phase, 12 for the first call and 13 for the second call will be involved in this phase, where the prototype will be defined together with mentors and training, with the support of 3,500 for the academy and 31,000 euros for the acceleration. Last, only 3 projects per call will go through the last phase, which is the drive phase, that aims test and validation to get ready for market update together with the corporates. This support offers 2,500 euros for the academy and 10,000 euros for the acceleration. So corporates, as we said, also benefit from the Epicenter project. And how do they do it? They can access to innovation. Corporates can gain access to innovative solutions developed by the participating SMEs in the Epicenter sectors of digital, fintech, health, and agri-food mentioned. And they can also benefit from partnership opportunities. And the project provides a platform for corporates to forge these partnerships with the SMEs, fostering collaboration between them. And last, they can benefit from market insights. Corporates can gain valuable market insights and exposure to these emerging needs and technologies that these SMEs are developing. Then what is the Epicenter overall impact? Epicenter project looks to improve the resilience of the industrial ecosystem. It looks to build the capacity to increase strategic autonomy. It looks to reinforce transformation into a greener and more digital economy. It looks to foster upskilling and reskilling of the workforce. And it looks to reconnect and boost access to global supply and value chains. Now we have a quick 1-minute video that shows about the project Epicenter. I will share the sound first. Okay, this has been a quick overview of the Epicenter project and where we are now. And now let's dive deeper into the internalization opportunities that Epicenter has to offer. One of our core missions in the project is to open door to international markets, offering tailored support and access to 3 strategic locations. Our 3 dedicated project partners, which I said, Litmea from Lithuania, Cebios from Italy, and Cluster Digital as from Spain, are leading 3 different internationalization missions within the Epicenter project. And these missions are set to explore new frontiers in England, Colombia, and the USA markets. Then what do we exactly aim to achieve with these missions? We aim to forge meaningful business connections. We want to create opportunities for SMEs to connect with key players in these markets. We aim to identify key stakeholders to help SMEs find the crucial individuals and organizations that can drive their success in those markets. And we aim to uncover business opportunities for them to guide SMEs in discovering potential markets and opportunities for growth beyond Europe. So which are the exploratory mission purposes? First, Epicenter aims to support SMEs in global markets by equipping them with essential skills, resources, and strategic partnerships to navigate challenges and size opportunities. Second, we aim to establish strategic networks. Epicenter builds networks of ambassadors in target countries to facilitate these crucial business connections internationally. And last, we aim to facilitate international collaboration through these network building efforts. And now zooming in one of our destinations, which is Colombia. This September from Cluster Digital, we will embark on an exploratory mission to Andicom, which is Colombia's premier technology and business conference. First, we will delve into the market, understanding its dynamics and identifying opportunities from European SMEs. Then we will conduct these exploratory missions at Andicom, where we will explore potential collaborations. And additionally, we will map potential partners. We aim to set up this network of ambassadors and establish cooperations with local businesses, creating this robust ecosystem for you, the SMEs. And all of these insights and connections will be delivered to you as part of a comprehensive service portfolio for international activities. Last, after presenting a little bit what is the Epicenter project about and very quickly what we aim to do in this Colombia exploratory mission, we would like to know your opinion on what do you expect from this exploratory mission, what would you like to gain as a company from this. So your input can help us tailor our efforts to meet what you need and your aspirations. So please feel free to scan this QR code and provide your answers. I will leave a couple of minutes for answers. See one answer already. Thank you. Doesn't have to answer these questions. If you have another comment on the Epicenter project or something that you would like to know, it's also option. Okay, I see more answers. Thank you. Okay, so maybe we can move forward, and I will give the floor to Xavier Roca for understanding and getting in deep into the Colombian market. And after the session, we can go to open questions and what do you expect from this exploratory mission. I will stop sharing my screen, Xavier, so you can share yours.
Great. Thank you very much, Isabel. Can you see the full screen right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good morning for me. Good afternoon for, I guess, everyone. The idea of today's session, as Isabel was saying before, is to present the opportunities in the more focused on the ICT, which we know it's very broad, but I hope we can give a glimpse of what Colombia can offer and the opportunities that European SMEs can have on the ground. So we also gonna do a short overview about macroeconomics. Colombia is the fourth economy in Latin America, followed by Brazil, Mexico, and Argentina. It's also the third most populous country with almost 51 million people. Colombia has a strong legal security compared to other Latin American countries, which give us a very good position in the doing business ranking, occupying the 67th place. That's fourth regionally after Chile, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. And the relationship in this case with Catalonia, because at the end it's the region that we are working, has been growing year by year. And regarding the 2021-2022 period, exports have increased 16%, and the trade balance is positive from the Catalan side. In the case of the trade balance with European Union, if we analyze the same period we were talking before, we see that extraordinary Colombia is mainly the benefiting with the trade balance, but that's because of the extraordinary increase in coal export due to the energetic crisis of that year. For 2022, the recorded GDP for Colombia was growing 7.7%, and this increase has been reduced to 1.2% this 2023. Since 1991, Colombia has experienced a significant opening, signing more than 14 free trade agreements, not only with its neighboring countries, but also with the main economies. And since 2013, Colombia and the European Union have had an FTA in force that leaves a large part of the tariffs between both regions at 0%. And this positions us very well at the time for us to introduce the Catalan or European products to the Colombian market. Even though we must bear in mind that Americans, Brazilians, South Koreans, Mexicans, among others, also have the similar commercial agreements, so they have the similar advantages. Colombia, a part of that, is a member of the Andean Community of Nations, where there are also Bolivia, Ecuador, and Peru, which is a space of regional integration where goods, people can have free movement. And it also has recognition in terms of health and food products. Although it is also true that de facto this practice all the administrations can request you to get all the documentation, all the technical documentation again, and of course paying all the fees for the registration. And since 2016, Colombia has also become a founding member of the Pacific Alliance, which also includes Peru, Chile, and Mexico. And this union seeks progressive integration through freedom of movement, goods and service and capitals. as well as people, although it has been a bit frozen due to political discrepancies between countries. If we are focusing on the opportunity that from our office we have detected in the Colombian market, we see that Colombia is improving in all the KPIs of internet access, as well as improving in its ICT infrastructure. Although there is still room for improvement. And regarding the level of mobile phone penetration, Colombia has one of the highest index, that's 119%. And the country is making a bet on ICT and digital transformation in order to be the leader in the region. And right now, the weight of its GDP of this part of the economy, it's around 3.8%. In Colombia, 81% of the companies in technology are located in Bogota. Although Medellin has formed a powerful ecosystem of software and technology with the support of public administration and private companies. So both cities are really interesting in order to see a potential gain. Colombia is also planning a large-scale investment in digital transformation in various areas, both public and private, in order to speed up the digitalization of the government and to continue strengthening the ICT ecosystem. The industry, which is probably one of who demands more technology, what they need is to solve various problems digitally and increase security, which is a big problem right now in Colombia, the cybersecurity. We have been attacked in public companies and private companies in the last 3-4 years. So this has been like a strong issue for the country in order to gain competitiveness. And as well, the companies are aimed to automate process, reduce cost, and generate new source of income. The application of technologies with big data, artificial intelligence are among the most in demand. And if we know, let's make a focus on which are the sectors, because as we were talking, digitalization and ICT is very broad, it's very transversal. But if we're going to do like a little bit more of focus on the fields, we see logistics and e-commerce, where Colombia has a strategic location in the middle of the continent and with access to both oceans. And in addition, the geographic complexity of Colombia, alongside some infrastructures that are still to be finished and the potential access of international markets with the FTAs that we have already signed, what the country needs and what the companies need is logistical solutions through technology that can improve costs and time. Education is the other one of the big opportunities, but more specifically in tech solutions. Colombia is a young country with an average age of 31 years, and of the 50 million citizens that we have, 39% are under 24 years old. There is a high demand in the education sector, opening up clear opportunities for service providers in technology and innovative digital products in schools and also in the university education. Having a low-value public education, the middle and upper classes prioritize taking their sons and daughters to private schools. That encourages those schools and universities to improve their services in order to be more competitive and therefore being able to attract more students. So they require extended specific continuing training in different areas such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and big data. ICT solutions are also required, on the other hand, that would help the industry in a very transversal way to be able to reduce it and control its carbon footprint, and to be able for the industry to create or improve new and more sustainable solutions. Also, we find opportunities in the tourism. In this regard, there are several lines of work and initiatives that the government is carrying out to replace oil with tourism. So with the low current tourist infrastructure and the increasing demand, a technological improvement is required in order to develop and digitalize the sector. in the fintech and banking, it's another one. Banking of the population in Colombia has accelerated very noticeably after the pandemic. So we forecasted that we advanced more than 2 years. And right now, 87% of the adults currently have at least one financial product open. One of the drivers on facilitating for this indicator has been the fintech, which during the pandemic have had a significant growth and making the Colombia the 8th country in the world where citizens have the greatest adherence to these technologies. So new technological solutions in this field and for this sector are very, very interesting. To end the opportunities, we find also the agrotech. The weight of the agro industry in Colombia is very high. After oil and coal, the most exported products come from the fields. So it's also one of the only sectors that grew during the 2020 and where the Colombian government seeks to improve its efficiency, which is also a critical point of the internal problems that the country has experienced in the past. And digital solutions, most independent by agriculture, are those that help to improve the efficiency of crops, increase sustainability, improve the processes, and add value to the exportable agro-industrial offer. And you see, you will see also like a health icon. We normally have a very huge opportunity, and from our office, we have worked with great success this field of e-health solutions because Colombia has a strong network of private hospitals, mainly 20 of the 50 more important hospitals in Latin America are located in Colombia. Also, there is a boom of health tourism in the country, not only for aesthetic surgery, but also for a more complex surgery. But nowadays, the sector is being discussed, the change of the model of the health model. So it might be well to wait a little bit to see how the sea will become. And among all these opportunities that we were talking before, there are technologies which are transversal and which are the greatest in demand because the local competitors cannot have or they don't have expertise on those technologies. So those are the technologies that are more willing to have a slot in the market, an opportunity, a tangible opportunity. So that means Internet of Things, big data, artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality, and 5G. Let's go to the doing business. Colombia, no matter how much they speak Spanish or how Western they are and they feel, and it is very important that we understand and adapt to the way of doing business. It's important to establish a bond of trust with a counterparty. As Latins, business and feelings between people is key in order to move negotiations forward successfully. Colombia is also a price-sensitive market, obviously, like all in the world, but it's also sensitive to added value. Therefore, the market can respond favorably as long as we bring goods or services that clearly improve the company's competitiveness. This point is essential to be very clear in the meetings so that the Colombian company sees the benefit of our solutions. Follow-up. Follow-up is the fundamental key of work. It's the thing that makes when we work with a company, it's the difference. If the company makes a good follow-up, it's what makes that a success case. Okay, decision making in Colombia usually takes a very long time, which is why it's important to be very constant in the follow-up in order to generate second meetings that are needed in order also to create that bond of trust that we talked about earlier. Follow-up is the most important point, and it's vital to work it correctly. Not answering an email for a Colombian does not mean not being interested. So if your counterpart in Colombia doesn't answer an email or doesn't answer 20 emails that you send, that doesn't mean he's not or she's not interested, okay? You must send emails and you have to call until you get the response on the counterpart. So that means patience and persistence. Patience and persistence. Colombian companies also have been seeing the arrival of foreign companies interested in selling their products for years. So they have become much more demanding and also much more prepared to find out whether the foreign companies bet for Colombia is clear or not. We must assure the Colombian company that we are not trying our luck here in the country, but that our decisions to find a partner in Colombia, it's because we understand the potential of the market, and this is an international strategic decision for our company, and we are not going to give up in 3 months. And again, who can help you? Finally, contact your cluster. My recommendation is also always contact your cluster, like Cluster Digital in Catalonia or in Campania. Also look for, we are always at your disposal from Catalonia Trade and Investment, but otherwise you can reach your country's trade and investment office. And finally, we have to take into account that from last year, there is an EEN hub to help European SMEs to reach Colombia and make business connections. So you can also count on that. And well, this is the hello, and that's all. I don't know. Return the screen to Isabel.
Thank you very much, Xavier, for joining us and for your expert insights and knowledge in the Colombian market. Now I wanted to announce that, as I said earlier, from Cluster Digital, we will be attending the Andicom conference in Colombia next September to explore this market. And we plan to organize another webinar in October to present those results, where we will be able to share our market findings and main ambassadors that we target in that area. We look to hear any of your inputs, listening to your needs or suggestions for this mission, to make it the most valuable for all of us. Maybe I will again share the slide of question where you can anonymously indicate what you expect from this mission. And now that Xavier has explained about the Colombian market, what else would you like to know about it and learn from it or gain after these exploratory missions that we will lead from Cluster Digital? So I will quickly share. Can you see the QR code?
Yes.
Okay. I will leave it for a couple minutes. In the meantime, I believe that my colleagues from the Epicenter project from Litmea and Campania Bioscience are in this webinar. And as I said earlier, we are all leading different exploratory missions that you will be able to access all those outputs. So maybe they want to briefly explain the market that they are targeting and any upcoming actions, if any. I don't know, Roberta or Laura, if you're in the call. Jamie, if you have raised your hand, go ahead.
Yeah, while Roberta and Laura answer the question and maybe provide some insights about the market that we have chosen, I just want to take advantage that we have Xavier here just to ask a question that I brought in the chat. Well, I have two questions. This is the first, and the other I will tell you right now after this. So, what are the main cultural differences that may affect business operations? You talk about building trust and also to do the follow-up, but is there anything else that we need to consider or the companies need to consider if they want to enter the Colombian market? This is the first question. And then the other question that I had was what are the best market entry strategies for SMEs? For example, joint ventures, partnerships, direct investment, as for your experience, of course. Thank you.
Okay. Right, Jamie. Okay, let's board the first one. Besides the one that we talked about, I think that there is also things that we have to bear in mind in order to soften the cultural differences. Okay. One is education. Here in Colombia, the people is very educated. It's very kind, and so sometimes in our languages, and it happens also from us in Catalonia when we go there, or from the Mediterranean, that we tend to be like a little bit more open than in the north of Europe. You have to be like you have to soften a little bit the words, okay? That doesn't mean that you have to lie, but you have to be really kind and really soften the words, trying not to be like really direct what you think about. For example, in other countries, to say that "No, this is not good, I don't like it," it's well received. Here in Colombia, can be perceived as that you are rude. So it's very important that we soften the words and we try to make the environment like in a friendly, a kindly. Okay, so we can say it, but in very good words. The other one is not jumping to the business straight away. Okay, as we were talking before, the bond of trust. Okay, so probably the first meetings that you will have with Colombian counterpart, and for sure, if it's presential, which we also recommend, try to come to the country. Okay, because to see the face and to shake the hand of your counterpart is very important for them in order to see who you are. They for sure they're gonna start asking if it's your first time in Colombia, and you have to say, of course, well, maybe yes, maybe not, that you like the country. It's also because there are a perception in the country for the bad press that they have had in the past, and also for some TV media and TV shows, which please do not take it into the conversation, okay? Because that doesn't like. The conflict at the end it has been very present in the country, and the people has a lot of affectations, and they don't like to be reminded of that. So they like when they see a foreigner who talks really nice about their country, but they don't mention the TV shows. And not jumping to the business straight away, but asking about the family, asking about the trip, asking about the weather. This is very important. You have to embrace that kind of that moment of the conversation. You have to enjoy it, because that's the moment where the counterpart is seeing if there is something more than just business. Okay, that will be like for me the top points. And of course, remember and to soften also the words and the presence. Being strong to kick a little bit the table because you want to be emphatic. That's also bad perceived. So try to avoid and of course enjoy, because Colombian people are very kind, and you will for sure enjoy it. And about the second one, that's a difficult question to answer, broadly, because every company is a wall, and every sector or every niche of the market it's different where we could abroad. But I always recommend to look for partners. Okay, and depending on which is the sector, it will be also important to establish directly to the country. Okay, those are the best strategies, and most of the FMS companies that we assess yearly, or they go, or we look for them, we look a partner for them, or we help them to establish to the country in different ways of doing it. But we have to see the company. We have to make the really assessment, and that depends of the product, the service, and the market.
Thank you, Xavier. It is clear to me. Thank you for answering.
I think David is.
Yeah, we have one more hand raised, David.
Okay, let me know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. Before all, thank you for this amazing meeting. At the information you share with all. Actually, let me give you a little bit of context. I work for European market, specifically in uh, Horizon and Erasmus European projects.
Mhm.
The question is, I live in Colombia. I live here in Medellin, but I never do business or any kind of European project with any company here in Colombia because honestly, I don't know what is the right profile this company must to have to carry up a European project or like a national submissions like Axio, Sedeti. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
what is the best profile of companies to apply as a partner or to make a consortia to apply European projects?
uh, for example, in this case, David, and if you want, then we can share contacts and maybe we can have a talk about that. But we have some Colombian partnerships for European projects in order to connect this Colombian company to Catalan one in order to create a consortium. So we have done that several times. We also know which are the institutions that they tend to be more active in the European projects like Horizon. It depends on the sector. If you are in Medellin, for example, the EN hub is located in Medellin with the University Pontificia and it's a startup impact hub, which both are located in Medellin, and so they are the representatives of the European Enterprise Network there. Um, but in order to look for the company which is interested in European projects, for me, the first thing that I will do is to download the database in the European of the European projects of the past and see which are the Colombian companies that have been members of European projects. Okay, and then I will try to go for them. They tend to be a lot of universities. That's true. That means Universidad de los Andes, Universidad Rosario, Universidad La Sabana, Yafit. Universities tend to be like very active in the European projects, but as well as, for example, Sintel, the one who organized the Andicom, they also have been members of European projects. So that's what you have to look. Normally, it's the companies that or institutions that are big because the small companies they don't know how to do it. Okay, and they tend to be like the most innovative ones. But if you want, we can talk later and let's see the other one in order to see potential partners. Also, the European Union delegation here in Colombia, which for sure they know who are interested in European projects.
Perfect, perfect, Xavier. Will be great to talk later or maybe tomorrow if you are very busy today. Um, because I have several projects in hands. Several times I was researching for a Colombia partner, and this was a very hard labor for me in my case
Yeah,
only,
yes, yes.
because
It is not
yeah,
easy.
it's hard to find.
I understand, but no, but for sure, let's talk and if we can assess you or we know some of the companies that we worked in the past, we will let you know and we will send you the contacts.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that there is a question in the chat. Is there a public sector with public tenders like in Spain or Europe? Is it possible, recommendable, go alone or with a local partner? Or will we have waste of time? This is a very good question. Okay. By Jure, from the law, there is no problem. If the public tender is above the threshold of the institution who is tendering, and a European company can participate on that tender alone and will be considered as a Colombian one. That's what it says on the free trade agreement. Okay. The truth, you have almost no chances to win. Okay, because it's very complex. So the main recommendation here is always aligned with any company that already have won a tender, a public tender before. Okay, because that means that they know how to navigate through public tenders in Colombia, because it's very complex, and sometimes in the paper it says one thing, but the experience then it goes differently. So it's much better in order to and also to not being responsible, like who is tendering is a company, and you are providing to that company, or you are making an alliance. Sometimes if you win, and that happened before, and so mainly when Colombia is tendering purchasing or the service of something very technical that they know that they don't have in Colombia. For example, for them, for the subway, they need to go to a consortium abroad. Okay, in that case, you are forced sometimes to establish to the country in order to implement the project. Okay, so at the end, if your client is the public sector, we recommend you to establish to the country, and also to look for partners in order to make consortium. If you want to start navigating through this market, there is another European project, which is Goose project, which also help the SMEs in the public procurement. But you can go to the SECOP 2, SECOP 2. This is the colombiacompraeficiente.com. This is the web page where all the Colombian institutions, doesn't matter if it's locally, public companies like Ecopetrol, which is the biggest company in the country, or the national government, they all public the tenders in that web page. So you can set alarms, you can start seeing which are the tenders that they are publishing, and of course, always look for from the habilitating requirements. Sometimes are financial, sometimes are from locations. If the threshold is lower than, if the tender is lower than the threshold, and sometimes they require technical specifications that if you don't comply, you cannot participate. So in this case, be very patient, and of course try to go with a local partner. Always, as well as if you are in the country, as well as if you're not, try to go local partner. I think the other question is not for me.
Is there an epicenter? Thank you, Xavier, for the answers. The other question, is there an epicenter mission available only for companies already part of the acceleration, or is it open to other companies? So the exploratory mission itself, we are doing it, the clusters of the project only. What we aim is to gather all information, all market analysis, contact of ambassadors, and that will be put together in a portfolio that will be accessible for any company in the acceleration program or outside of the acceleration program.
I think there is a question from Juan.
Yeah, thank you, and and good afternoon. So we are a Spanish company where we work here, and we are thinking on opening business in Colombia. We have collaborators there. However, we wanted to know about the competition analysis. We know our competitors here, and we want to know how is the competition in our services, in our solutions there in Colombia. How can we leverage your knowledge or the knowledge that you have in order to help us to redirect or to focus our business, and also to help to make better and more efficient decisions?
Juan, call us. I mean, we can help you with that. We can analyze the competitors, and of course give you the guidelines of what they are doing, and also the financial information of those companies, because in Colombia it's public, as well as the tariffs and the imports and exports. So if you want, we can assist with that and with the maybe epicenter that I'm not quite sure right now. So we can see how to help you. That's not a problem.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Xavier,
We will call you later.
sorry, Xavier, maybe it would be good just to explain a bit what kind of support the companies can expect from Axio, for example, or for any other trade associations and chambers of commerce, for example.
Oh,
Like
okay,
if you know, yeah. I know that you have wide range of
this is quite
services.
tricky. This is quite tricky because every organization has a way to work. Okay, I'm gonna explain how Axios, that's the competitive agency for the Catalan government, and abroad we are known as Catalonia Trade and Investment. How we work, we are kind of a consultancy for the company. We help the companies, in this case, in the Catalan companies. That means any company that has a fiscal number in Catalonia, for us is Catalan, and it doesn't matter if the headquarters are in, I don't know, in Tokyo. Okay, we can have that company, and we help them in different ways. We can make market research, we can make competitors analysis or tariff analysis. We can also, which is the most part of our work, make a business agenda. That means we meet with the company. Like, for example, I'm gonna take Juan. Juan says, okay, no, my clients are this. My product is that, and that, and we say, okay, the best way to enter is with a distributor, or maybe it's going to final clients, and we make a list. They value that list, and with the companies most valued, we try to make a meeting. We tend to go with the company, that in order to also give a little bit of support, because as we were talking before, Colombian companies have seen a lot of foreign companies to come to the country. Some of them have sold and disappeared. So in order to give a little bit more of a trust, we present ourselves like the economic office of Catalan government, who's working in that case with Juan's company. And Juan explains, we are there also in order to make that cultural transition. Sometimes Colombia never says no, because there is like kind of culturally for them, if they say no, they seem so rude. But sometimes we understand that they are not being really interested, or maybe they are really interested. So we also can help on the follow up after the meeting. Then we try to adapt to and customize our service to the need of the company. If the company needs something that is very specific, sometimes it's a due diligence, sometimes it's I just need like 3 meetings, or I need to organize an event. We try to adapt as much as we can to the Catalan company needs, and we try to provide and support them. It's for me very difficult to say no, the Chamber of Commerce of this or the trade office of that other country will do the same. I don't know, because every institution gives the support that they can or that they set, and that's why it's very important. If you are, for example, are a Lithuanian company, go to the Lithuania trade office or the Chamber of Commerce of or the cluster of your region, and for sure they will set how to help you. And you always have the European Union and projects like Epicenter that can help you a little bit more. And of course, if we can do something, come with us.
Perfect. Thank you for the answer, Xavier. Yeah, I think it's different when you talk about the Chamber of Commerce than when you talk about another trade association or so on. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Xavier. I don't know if there are any more questions. Any last questions? Okay, if there are no further questions, then I think we can start closing the meeting. Xavier, I don't know if you wanted to give a quick comment, wrap up, just for everyone. We will be sharing the recording, the presentations, Xavier's contact, Epicenter contact, if you want to have any individual meetings or you have any additional questions after this session.
For me, we'll say Colombia is a good market, but it's also a tough market. So if let's first find out if our product or service can fit on the market. If so, the bet has to be clear. Okay, patience and persistence. That means that as the decision taking will take a little bit of time, that means 9 months, maybe 1 year, you have to hold. You have to know how to hold, and you have to make the very good follow up. Okay, do not give up. It's absolutely normal. So be patient and be persistent. And of course, count with your cluster, count with us, and with all the institutions that are on the ground that can help you. Okay, that's our purpose. So, and I love to see the companies selling and growing in our markets, and we believe that Colombia is a very good market for the digital sector and for digital solutions. And we have had a lot of success case in that arena. So I hope to see you soon here in Colombia.
Thank you, Xavier, for joining us today and for your valuable insights. And thank you everyone for attending today. From Epicenter, we just want to say that we are eager to study this market, to have some findings for you all. And yes, we are eager to show this in our webinar that we will organize in October, where you are all invited to join and understand how this exploratory mission went. So I think that's all from our side. Jamie, I don't know if you want to add anything.
Thank you, Isabella. No, thank you all for being here today for this session. As my colleague announced, we will be sharing with you all the information that we gather when we visit Colombia. All will be shared with you, and we hope we get to know many contacts to share with them with you as well. So hope you all have a good afternoon. And you, good day, Xavier.
Thanks to you, cluster. Thanks for an invitation, and have a good afternoon for you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.